श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा। प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा। श्री वंदो मुई सावधान मते वंदो मुई सावधान मते वंदो मुई सावधान मते वंदो मुई सावधान हर प्रसादे भाई ए भवतोरिया जाय। हर प्रसादे भाई ए भवतोरिया जाय। कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो यहाँ होते कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो यहाँ होते कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो यहाँ होते कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो यहाँ होते। गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्या चित्ते ते कोरिया क्या। गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्या चित्ते ते कोरिया क्या। आर ना करी हो मने आशा आर ना करी हो मने आशा। श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति। श्री गुरु ऐसे उत्तम गति। जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा। चक्षुदान दिलो ए जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से। चक्षुदान दिलो ए जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से। दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति यहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश याते प्रेम भक्ति यहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश याते वेदे गाय आहार चरितो वेदे गाय आहार चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवना लोकनाथ प्रभुपाद लोकेर जीवना प्रभुपाद लोके हा हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया हा प्रभु को हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया हे बेअश्गु शुक्रि भुवाना द्विपाद लोइलो शरणा जया प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे नमस्ते सारस्वती गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrind Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ब्रह्मचारी श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रिजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। श्री नवदीप मायपुर धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय। यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा दामोदर जी की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with a great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So Radha Mohan Prabhu is in India. He is in Vrindavan at the foothills of Govardhan. He's asked me to come today and speak something on Bhagavad Gita and also the pastime of Damodar Leela, Nalkuver and Manikriv, that part. So we'll start with Jai Radha Madhav and then we will read Bhagavad Gita. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopijana Vallabha गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदा यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्रशत हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री राधा माधव जी की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद जी की जय। श्री श्री राधा दामोदर जी की जय। Hare Krishna. So, are we going to put the verse on the screen? Okay. So today we are going to read Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, verse 55. Before that, we will do Mangala Charan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Gurau Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री राम। श्री भगवान उवाच प्रजहाति यता कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्ट स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते। श्री भगवान उवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्ट स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते। श्री भगवान उवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्ट स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते। Someone like to try? You want to recite? श्री भगवान उवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान्
सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मनि एवात्मना तुष्टा
स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते। Anyone else? Anyone else like to recite? श्री भगवान उवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्ट स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते। Yes. श्री भगवान उवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्ट स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते। So let's read the word by word synonyms. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Prajahati gives up, yada, when, kaman, desires for sense gratification, sarvan, of all varieties, Parth, O son of Pritha, Manah Gatan, of mental concoction, Atmani, in the pure state of the soul, Eva, certainly, Atmana, by the purified mind, Tushtaha, satisfied, Sthita Pragya, transcendently situated, Tada, at that time, Uchyate, is said. So, translation by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Parth, when a man gives up all desire, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Who would like to read purport?
The Bhagavatam affirms that any person who is fully in Krishna consciousness or devotional service of the Lord has all the good qualities of the great sages, whereas a person who is not so transcendentally situated has no good qualifications, because he is sure to be taking refuge in his own mental concoctions. Consequently, it's rightly said herein that one has to give up all kinds of sense desire manufactured by mental concoction. Artificially, such sense desires cannot be stopped, but if one is engaged in Krishna consciousness, then automatically sense desires subside without extraneous efforts. Therefore, one has to engage himself in Krishna consciousness without hesitation, for this devotional service will instantly help one onto the platform of transcendental consciousness. The highly developed souls always remains satisfied in himself by realizing himself as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. Such a transcendentally situated person has no sense desires resulting from pity, materialism. Rather, he remains always happy in his natural position of internally serving the Supreme Lord.
So here Prabhupada says, most important is how the man in Krishna consciousness speaks, for speech is the most important quality of a man. So this is from the previous verse, which is a prelude to this one. So here in 2.55, it is described. So in the previous verse, Arjun, he asks certain questions of Lord Krishna. He asks, Arjunvach, Sthita pragyasya ka bhasha, samadhistasya keshava, sthitadi kim prabhasheta, kim asit vrajeta kim. So he asks 4 questions. What is the language of a sthita pragya? Sthita means situated, pragya means intelligence. So sthita pragya means ones whose intelligence is fixed. Fixed in what? In Krishna consciousness. So one who is a self-realized person, what is his language? So Arjuna is asking, what is his language? Kim prabhasheta, how does he speak? Kim asit, how does he sit? And kim vrajeta, how does he walk? So Arjuna is asking 4 questions. How to identify a self-realized soul by his language, by his speech, by his sitting, and by his walking. So is Arjuna referring to the actual language? You know what language he talks? Does he speak in Sanskrit or English or Hindi or some other language? How does he speak? Does he speak in prose, in poetry? Does he have an accent? How does he sit? Like this or hunched? How does he walk? Fast, slow? Does Arjuna means the physical characteristics of a person? Not really, no. He is using allegories to ask about the characteristics of a self-realized soul, but not physical characteristic. In text 55, Krishna is not describing when Arjuna asks what language he speaks, Krishna is not describing a particular language. He is saying that a self-realized soul gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification. And he finds satisfaction in the self. That is not the language. But as Prabhupada explains, that a man is known by how he speaks. A fool is not recognized as long as he keeps his mouth shut. But as soon as a fool opens up his mouth, people recognize, oh, he is a fool. Okay. So here Arjuna is asking the characteristics of a self-realized soul by using the allegories. So when he says, how does he sit? It means how does he restrain his senses? How does he walk? How does he behave in this world? Getting the point? Yeah? So he's not asking the specific language, but he's asking here that how does he actually behave in this material world? What is his internal consciousness? So Krishna describes here that prajahati yada kaman. Prajahati means to give up. Yada kaman. Kaman means desires. A self-realized soul gives up all desires. Why? Because sarvan partha manogatan. Because these desires come from mental speculation. We have so many desires. But what is the basis of desire? We think, oh, this is good or this is not good. Yesterday I was speaking to one person and he was saying that, or this was day before yesterday, and he was saying, I don't like the concept of good and bad because what is good for me is bad for someone else. And I said, you are right. What you are saying is perfect, because good and bad are very relative terms. And why are they relative? Because they depend upon our mental speculation. I have seen people, within a month, the same thing which was good for them becomes bad. Like one of my colleagues, she turned vegan. So she used to eat meat a month ago, and then when I met her, she said, I have turned vegan. I said, why? She said, eating meat is not good. Veganism is good. And then next month, she went back to eating meat. She said, oh, I don't like veganism. So the concept of good and bad is very fluid. It is not fixed. So Krishna is saying that who is of a fixed intelligence, who has given up the desires based on this mental concoction. He does not live his life based on what his mind says. Getting this point? It's so important that in this world we are taught to trust our mind. And here Krishna is saying that one who is in pure transcendental consciousness does not trust his mind. So how does he live his life? Sarvan parth manogatan atmani evatmana tushtaha. His mind is satisfied in the self alone. His mind is not directed by senses, his mind is directed by the soul. That is the difference. A knife can be used by a person to kill, and the same knife can be used by a surgeon to heal. So it depends on who is guiding the mind. Is the mind guided by senses, or is the mind guided by the soul? That is the difference between an ordinary person and a sthita pragya, one whose intelligence is fixed. In material world, everything is changeable, everything is temporary. It is asat, it is not fixed, it is not permanent, and therefore the qualities in this world keep changing. You meet a friend after say 10, 20 years, you find that that person has changed in so many regards. His personality has changed, physical appearance has changed, his political beliefs may have changed, his diet may have changed. People change as they go along. That's the nature of this world. And therefore, a self-realized soul does not take shelter of his material mind and senses. He takes shelter of the self. How many of you are self-realized here? How many of you take dictates from the soul? No? Somewhat, and at some times, not always. So how do we practically apply this verse in our life? We may not have direct realization of the soul. We may still be some distance away. But does that mean that till that time we have to follow the dictates of the mind? Absolutely no. Krishna gives us a tripod system of basing our life on. That tripod is Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. We may not have access to the soul, we may not have access to God. But by following Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, we can derive the same benefits as we would have if we directly spoke to Krishna. Many people say Arjun was lucky, Krishna spoke to him directly. But what about me? Well, Arjun is lucky, so are we. We can also refer to Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita will answer our questions. So that is Shastra. We read scripture systematically and we train our mind. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, there are very practical tips. Yuktahar viharasya, yukta karma sucheshtasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Krishna says, how much to eat? He says, eat in a balanced way. How much to sleep? Again, in a balanced way. Someone had sent me a cartoon. These two disciples are speaking to each other. One disciple says, my guru is so elevated that he does not sleep for days and he does not eat for weeks. So the other disciple says, well, my guru sleeps when he is tired and he eats when he is hungry. That is what Krishna is describing, that our eating, sleeping should be regulated, our recreation should be regulated. It's not that because you have taken a spiritual life, there should be no recreation. Spiritual life is actually full of happiness, full of bliss. We have a lot of festivals. Like in this month, Kartik month, so many festivals come. Deepavali, the pastime of Yashoda Ma tying up Krishna. Then there are other festivals which Hindus celebrate like Karwa Chauth and Tulsi Vivah, marriage of Tulsi Devi. All of them, they come in this month. So all these festivals are meant to enliven ourselves. So recreation is also possible in a spiritual world. Okay, and our activities should be regulated. It should not be that we are lazy, we are spending all our time sleeping or doing nothing. And the converse should also not happen, where we are working 20 hours a day and just slogging it off. For what? So Krishna is giving some practical tips. So if you have a question, how much should I eat, how much I should spend time in recreation, how much should I work, Krishna is giving you that answer. And by following the scriptures, you are then not getting dictated by your mind. See, our material existence is made up of the three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. These three modes, they keep acting on us. And therefore, we may think, I am doing it, but actually the modes have already decided what you'll be doing. I'll give you some examples. I used to work in an addiction clinic. So I'm a psychiatrist. I used to work in an addiction clinic. And I used to see patients with alcohol addiction. So after the first few weeks, I realized that all these patients are very similar in their stories. So much so that I can actually write the presentation of the next patient even without seeing him. And I'll tell you what features I could write for the next patient. That the next patient who will be coming to my clinic, he gets up in the morning, and what is the first thing he'll do? Drink alcohol. As soon as he wakes up, he drinks to prevent withdrawals. So he drinks a bit of alcohol, and the next thing he does is he goes out to buy alcohol. And then he comes back. Do you think he has a bath? Do you think he changes his clothes? Do you think he cooks his food? Nothing. He keeps drinking throughout the day. How do you think his house is? Neat, tidy, spick and span, or cluttered, things here and there? And how many relatives is he in touch with? Is he working? What is his physical health? What is his mental health? These are all predictable. You don't even need to be a psychiatrist to predict this. Why? Because addictions come in the mode of ignorance. And in mode of ignorance, there is very little free will. The person is completely consumed by their addiction. So for such a person, he is being dictated by his mind, who is saying that you need alcohol, you don't need anything else. There was one psychology experiment done, which was even more interesting. So the volunteers, they were shown two images side by side, say a red dot and a blue dot. And then as soon as they saw an image, they had to decide which one they like, the one on the right hand side or the left hand side. And as soon as they make that decision, they have to click a buzzer. Okay. Now they were all, they had electrodes which were looking at the brain waves. So the interesting thing is, when they consciously made the decision, the brain waves were showing that a few milliseconds before, their brain had already made the decision. So we think we are making a decision, but the decision itself has been made unconsciously, without our knowledge. In scriptural terms, we say that the modes of nature are making those decisions. Okay. So, a self-realized soul, he does not fall into this trap of living according to their modes. For example, I don't like waking up early. Okay, that's because of mode of ignorance, tamogun. I like to sleep till late. Will that help me in my life, materially or spiritually? No. Can I give that up by my own effort? Maybe yes, for a few days, and then I'll fall back into the trap. But when I took initiation, and my Guru Maharaj said that you have to chant 16 rounds daily, and you have to follow the 4 regulative principles, I went against my nature. I said, no, if I have to chant my rounds, I have to wake up early and finish my rounds. Otherwise, once I go to the hospital, I don't know when I'll be coming back. So what did I start to do? I started waking up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, just to chant my rounds. Ordinarily, I would not have done that. But because Guru has told me, I started doing it. So I'm now going beyond my modes. That is why taking initiation from Guru is important. Because left to our own devices, we'll just be following our mental concoctions, which are guided by Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun. But when Guru says, no, you have to do this, then you will go against your nature and do it. That is how spiritual life works. And then sadhu, sometimes other devotees, they will tell you that, Prabhuji, Mataji, why don't you come to the temple on Sunday? And then you say, okay, I'll come. I wanted to go to the football match, but that devotee has asked me, so I'll come here. And then, you begin your spiritual life. So Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, these three entities, they will help you overcome the mental concoction. And then your personality changes. Your language changes. You now start thinking differently. You are no longer guided by your mind or the modes. You start living a spiritual life. See the difference now? Yes? So, Prabhupada, he was a genius because what he did was he distilled the knowledge of all the Vedic scriptures into just 4 words. Anyone knows those 4 words? 2 words only. 4 words. Very famous. Chant and be happy. The whole Vedic literature is condensed into 4 words. Chant and be happy. You chant Hare Krishna, you will be happy. Nothing else is there in the spiritual scriptures. There are a lot of rules, regulations, which you may or may not follow. But if we just follow chant and be happy, if we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then everything else will be taken care of. So you may think, oh, that's not what I like. But the question here is, do you want to follow the dictates of your mind? Or do you want to take a gamble for once in your life and say, well, let me try a spiritual path and see how it goes. And when we take up spiritual life, we are not losing anything. One reporter asked Prabhupada that, are you not living a life of austerity? And Prabhupada said, what austerity? We sing, we dance, we eat, we read nice books, we associate with nice people. Where is the difficulty? So spiritual life is not giving up happiness. Spiritual life is actually embracing happiness. And we don't have to change anything. That is another brilliance of Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, you don't have to change anything. All we have to do is change our consciousness. So for example, I am a doctor, so I don't have to give up my profession. All I have to do is prepare my consciousness that I am working for Krishna. Whatever I get out of my profession, I will use it for Krishna. In my profession, if I meet someone, I will encourage them to be Krishna conscious. We all cook, we all eat. So all we have to do is, before we cook, we just pray to the Lord that whatever I'm going to cook, I'll cook for you. So same cooking is going on. But now it becomes a devotional activity. And then after cooking, we offer it to the Lord and accept it. So the activity is the same, it has changed. Previously, it was a product of my mind. Now, it has become devotional activity. We all like to sleep. It's essential. So before sleeping, we just pray to the Lord that, oh Lord, give me nice sleep so that when I wake up in the morning, I can serve you nicely. So sleeping becomes devotion. Who likes to do makeup, dress nicely, do a bit of makeup, no harm. Do it nicely and just say that, Krishna, I want to dress up nicely for you. I want to present myself nicely to you. Then all your deodorants, perfumes, makeup, all your jewelry, all your dresses, they become a means to advance in devotional service. So this is how a devotee changes his life from being guided by the mind to being guided by Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. And if we do that, then we find satisfaction in the self alone. Gradually you will find that material things become distasteful to you. I know of one devotee friend. We traveled together, and he took some dry fruits and some savories with him. He would not eat from outside. And I asked him, do you not, buy from McDonald's or from other restaurants? He said, not needed, I'm happy with this. I said, fantastic, So throughout our journey, we were sharing a few things, very nice, No wastage of money, no eating of junk food. Happily came back. So a spiritual life is very simple. It can be minimalistic. At the same time, it can be very opulent because we use everything in Krishna's service. So is this point clear? Why Krishna is explaining what is the language of a self-realized soul by describing that he gives up his desire for sense gratification. He does not follow the dictates of his mind, but he finds satisfaction in the self. And how do we practically apply that? By following the teachings of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. And how do we distill it even further? Chant and be happy. Even if we can't do anything else, daily we take a vow. I will chant 1 round or 2 rounds, or those who initiated 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra. And you will find that rather than your mind guiding you, Krishna will guide you. Just as Krishna was guiding the chariot of Arjuna, all we have to do is give the reins of our life to Krishna, and then he will guide us nicely. Okay? So, yesterday was the disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada. In 1977, Prabhupada passed away. And yesterday was the anniversary of his passing away. So I just want to say one thing about Prabhupada's disappearance. When Prabhupada was leaving his body, he was still dictating Srimad Bhagavatam. He was still dictating, translating the scriptures, because Prabhupada thought that this was very important. It was actually an instruction of his spiritual master. His spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, had told him that, translate books. Whenever you get money, print books. And that is what Prabhupada was doing all throughout his life. From about midnight till early morning, when the whole world was sleeping, he would wake up and he would translate the Vedic scriptures into English. And he did that even on his deathbed. So Prabhupada thought that this service was so important. Usually when people are terminally ill, they stop doing their activities. But here, Prabhupada, he was still going on with it because he thought, no, this is important. Why? Because if we base our life on scriptures, then we make solid progress in devotional service. That is the compassion of Srila Prabhupada. He said, no, let me translate as much as possible so that the future generations can benefit from it. So maybe we can make a determination that every day we'll read something of Srila Prabhupada's books. I know in many ISKCON temples, they read 1 or 2 pages of Srila Prabhupada's books after the morning program, as part of the morning program. So that is something we can do. You know, for many years I had taken a vow that I will not read anything material before reading Srila Prabhupada's books. This was the time before social media came in. Nowadays, you know, the first thing, even I do now, as soon as I wake up, check my email and messages and calendar, what's my day going to be like. But for many years, I used to read 2-5 pages of Srila Prabhupada's books. And that gave a solid grounding in Krishna consciousness. You know, you can tune back to the proper channel and stay tuned throughout the day. Maybe, you know, we take a determination that we will read Srila Prabhupada's books on a daily basis and guide our lives accordingly. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Radhamohan Prabhu also told me to speak something on Nal Kuber and Manigriv pastime. Are you discussing Damodara Leela every Sunday? Is that what is happening? Last Sunday. Okay. So, on the day of Diwali, Yashoda Ma, she tied up Krishna. So, when Krishna was in Nandagaon, the day after Diwali, the next day, they used to celebrate Indra Puja. They used to worship Indra. And then Krishna stopped that worship when he was 7 years of age and said that rather than Indra Puja, we will do Govardhan Puja. But before that, so for the first 6 years, when Krishna was there, Nand Maharaj and all the Brijvasis, they used to do Indra Puja. So on this particular day, Nand Maharaj had gone out with Balram and Rohini and everyone else to make preparations for Indra Puja. And Yashoda was left at home with baby Krishna. So Krishna wanted to drink her milk, but Yashodama left her by the sides because the milk on the gas was coming to a boil. So Krishna did not like that and he broke the butter pot. And then he went out and he was distributing the butter which was stored in pots to various monkeys. So Yashoda became very angry. Mother Yashoda said, you know, this is not good. This child has become very mischievous. So she ran after Krishna with a stick and then eventually caught Krishna. And then eventually she tied her to a grinding mortar. So that is the Damodar pastime. So once Krishna was tied to the grinding mortar, then Mother Yashoda went back to her household duties. And Krishna was tied in the courtyard of Nand Maharaj. So now everyone was watching him. All his friends came. And the friend said, Hare Krishna, you've been tied. And they started making fun of him. I know, you used to do a lot of mischief. Today Mother Yashoda has tied you. Good for you. So Krishna said, come on, help me. You are my friends. You know, untie me. So the friends, they were trying to untie the knot of Krishna, but they could not. They said, oh, the knot is too tight for us. So Krishna said, now what to do? No one is able to help me. So Krishna saw that there were two big trees growing in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. They were called Yamala Arjun trees. Arjun trees. So Krishna, he thought that if somehow I can go and pull the rope was tied to the grinding mortar. If I can pull that rope between the trees, then hopefully it will snap and I will be free. So he crawled in the midst of the twin trees and the mortar got stuck. So he was trying to pull to snap the rope. But instead of the rope breaking up, the trees fell down with a great thunder. Now, one devotee was telling me that he was in Mauritius and there were Arjun trees over there. They are very huge, they are very big. And he said a great storm came and uprooted all trees, but Arjun trees stood standing. And then he learned that Arjun trees have deep roots. They are very strongly grounded. So the fact that Krishna could actually break the Yamalarjun trees was itself a big miracle. So as soon as he broke the trees, two demigods appeared from the trees, Nal Kuber and Manigriv. And they appeared in their dazzling forms and they prayed to Krishna. So Krishna asked them, who are you? So they said, we are Nal Kuber and Manigriv. And we were cursed to become trees. So they explain what happened. So they said that we are actually the sons of Kuber. Kuber is the treasurer of the heavenly kingdom of the demigods. So, he has access to great wealth. He himself is very wealthy. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that generally the sons of wealthy people, they become addicted to sinful activities. I've seen that in my life also. Some of my colleagues in the medical college, they came from very wealthy families. So they had all sorts of habits, addictions going on. They didn't have to earn their money, so they were very easy with what money they had. So naturally, when people get money, they generally spend it on sense gratification. So this Nalkuvar and Manigriv, they inherited great wealth and they were spending it lavishly. So on one occasion, they were in the heavenly forest and they were with a lot of heavenly women. And they were all naked in a pond. And at that time, Narad Muni was walking past. So immediately upon seeing Narad Muni, the women, they covered themselves out of respect, out of embarrassment. But Nalkuvar and Manigriv, they came out of the pond fully naked before Narad Muni, and they were intoxicated and they were laughing. So Narad Muni felt very sad. He said, your father, Kuber, is a great devotee of Lord Shiva. He is a great devotee of Lakshmi Devi. And you twin brothers, his sons, you are so shameless that you are standing like this. So I curse you to become a tree. Because, for trees it is all right, they don't have to wear clothes. But as demigods, you should have been wearing clothes, at least in front of me. So if you want to stay naked, why don't you become a tree? So Nalkuver and Manigriv, they immediately came to their senses. And they said that, we are very sorry, we made this offense. So they pray at the feet of Narad Muni. So Narad Muni says, don't worry, you will become Arjun trees, but you will become Arjun trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And then the Supreme Lord Krishna himself will deliver you. So Nalkuer and Manigriv, they became trees in the courtyard of Nand Maharaj. And it was not a curse. When great personalities, when sages, they curse us, that curse is also for our benefit. It's actually a benediction. So from Krishna's appearance, they were witnessing all his pastimes. They could do that. Who would like to witness Krishna's pastimes? Even as a tree. What a benediction. They could stand there and just watch Krishna, Nand Maharaj, Yashoda Mai, Balram, all the cowherd boys, the cows. They were playing, various pastimes were happening, various demons were coming, Krishna was killing them. These Yamuna Arjun trees were watching all those pastimes. And then on this particular occasion, Krishna uprooted them with his grinding mortar. So he said, now that you've uprooted us, we've become liberated. But we beg of you that we always remain your devotee and never engage in sense gratification. So Krishna blesses them. Nalkuer and Manigriv, they circumambulate Krishna and they go back to the heavenly kingdom chanting the names of Krishna. Nalkuer, Manigriv ki jai. So they become liberated. Now meanwhile, hearing the great crashing sound of the trees being uprooted, Nand Maharaj, Balram, all the cowherd boys, Rohini ji, they immediately come, and Yashoda also comes running to see what has happened. And there they see baby Krishna smiling in the midst of the trees. So immediately Nand Maharaj comes and he unties Krishna. So our acharyas explain why could Nand Maharaj untie Krishna but not the cowherd boys? Do you want to guess? That is true as well. So our acharyas explain, there are 5 relationships with Krishna. One is as in the Shantaras, like the cows or the yogis, they observe Krishna with great awe, reverence. Then there is Dasya. Dasya means you become a servant of the Lord, like Hanumanji became a servant of Ramchandra. Higher than that is friendship, where you become equal to Krishna, like the cowherd boys. They would play with Krishna, they would jump on his shoulders, they would even, tease him, make fun of him. Then there is paternal relationship, like Nanda, Yashoda, Rohini. They are even higher than the friends, because, the friends, they will not punish Krishna. But Yashodama tied up Krishna. And then of course the topmost are the gopis. They are in conjugal love. So they have no boundaries of their relationship with Krishna. So Yashodama had tied up Krishna, who is in paternal love. So the cowherd boys who are in a lower relationship, they could not untie him. They did not have that devotional strength to untie Krishna. So only Nanda Maharaj or the gopis, Radharani or other gopis, they could have untied Krishna. So Nanda Maharaj unties Krishna. And Nanda Maharaj asks the cowherd boys who are standing there, what happened? What happened? So the cowherd boy says, Krishna uprooted these trees, and then 2 dazzling personalities came. They spoke to Krishna for some time. Then they circumambulated Krishna, they prayed to him, and they went back to heavenly kingdom. So Nanda Baba, he did not believe that. He said, these are kids, they talk all kinds of nonsense. Why? Because the love of Brijvasis is so intense for Krishna, they could not conceive of Krishna as God. That is the beauty of devotional service to Krishna in the land of Braj, in Vrindavan. See, in all other places, in Ayodhya, Lord Ram is worshipped. If you go to south, then there are so many temples of Lord Vishnu. Even in Dwarka, Krishna was worshipped as a king. So, as a king or as a great personality, there are certain formalities to observe. Is it not? Say, for example, King Philip, if he comes to this temple, what would you do? All of you would receive him at the gates. Would you make him sit on the floor or on this chair? Or you will buy a chair for him, proper chair. And would you serve him food upstairs on the floor again? No, you would make a nice table. There'll be 10 people serving food for him, So, as a king, there are certain etiquettes to follow. And when Lord appeared as King Ramchandra, or even when as Krishna in Dwarka, people were worshipping him. When Sudama went to meet Krishna, they stopped him at the gates. But in Vrindavan, he is only a cowherd boy. No one thinks much of Krishna over there. They'll say, Hare Krishna, come here, dance, I'll give you some buttermilk. Come on, clap your hands, dance, and he'll do that. And then Krishna lifted Govardhan hill. Even when they saw Krishna was lifting Govardhan hill, they could not believe that he is God. In Braj, they have one doha, they have this verse that how did Krishna lift Govardhan hill? Kuch makhan se bal milo. So the elderly gopis, they are saying, we used to feed Krishna butter. That has made him strong. So the credit goes to the elderly gopis of Vrindavan. Our butter made him strong. Kuch makhan se bal milo, or kuch gwalan kari sahai. When Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, the cowherd boys and the cowherd men, they put their sticks to support Govardhan. So they are saying Krishna could not have lifted it alone, we also put our sticks. So the credit goes to the elderly cowherd men and his cowherd boys. Or Radha ji ki kirpa se Govardhan karo uthaye, Govardhan diyo uthaye. And the gopis are saying, no. It's not butter, it's not cowherd boys. Radharani actually lifted Govardhan hill by her eyelids. So therefore the credit goes to Radharani. So no one is believing that, they are seeing in front of their eyes that Krishna has lifted Govardhan, but they are not giving the credit to him. Because their love is so intense, they cannot perceive of Krishna as God. In Vrindavan, they used to worship Lord Vishnu, they used to worship Lord Shiva, Radharani used to worship sun as God. So they used to worship Hanumanji, they used to worship Ganeshji. So they were worshipping everyone else, but no one worshipped Krishna as God because the love was so intense. So Nanda Baba, even though he was informed by the cowherd boys that Nal Kuer and Manigriv were circumambulating and worshipping Krishna, he did not believe. Not because he did not trust the cowherd boys, but because his love was so intense that love stopped him from believing that Krishna was a great personality. So he immediately holds Krishna, and then Yashoda comes running, and then Nanda asks, what happened? So Yashoda said, I am sorry, I tied Krishna, and looks like he's pulled the mortar all the way. So Nand Maharaj becomes a bit unhappy that, why did you tie up Krishna? Anyway, Yashodama takes Krishna and gives a nice hug to Krishna. They both hug each other and then they take him back into the palace. So this is a beautiful pastime. In ISKCON we sing the glories of this pastime every day in the month of Kartik. We do Damodara Ashtakam, we offer ghee lamp to Damodar and Mother Yashoda, because this pastime is declaring that whilst everyone worships the Lord, in Vrindavan, devotees love Krishna, not as God, but as a child, as a friend, as a lover. And in that love, in that devotion, it surpasses all formalities. Bolo Shri Shri Radha Damodar Ji ki Jai, Yashoda Mai Nand Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaur Premanandi. So if you have any questions or comments, you can discuss them. Otherwise, we'll move to the next part of the program. How and if okay, very good question. So, Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Bhumir apo nalo vayu man buddhi evacha ahankaritiyam me bhinna prakriti ashtadha. So this earth, water, fire, air, ether, they make our gross body. Our body is made of chemicals, no doubt about it. And then there are subtle elements, mind, intelligence and ego. But they all belong to material nature. They do not belong to the soul at all. So why does Krishna award us with a material body and mind? And what is the connection to the soul? See, when the soul desires to live in the material world, it is a very foreign environment for the soul. The soul is Satchidanand, the soul is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. And material world is opposite. It is temporary, miserable, and full of ignorance. So it is like mixing oil and water together. They're completely different. So the soul needs a medium to exist in this material world. Like for example, if I tell you, Mataji, for the next 1 year, you have to live under the ocean. How would you do that? No, it is compulsory. 2026, you are in the ocean. How will you survive? No, you can survive. You have to live in a submarine. Okay? So, you are not suited to live in the ocean, but if you have the medium of a submarine, you can stay for a year, is it no? Yeah. So now when the soul enters the material world, Krishna awards this body so that the soul can exist here. Okay? Now, what is the connection of soul to the mind? So in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it is described that our consciousness, our mind, it is empowered by the soul. Just like, we have this electric socket here, the electricity is flowing there. But only when you connect a machine to this plug will that machine start working. So the soul is like that electric current. It is full of consciousness. It can empower. So the mind or the consciousness has to connect to it. And that connection is the false ego, when the false ego thinks that I am the body and the mind. And it is also described by Patanjali that that connection point is ultra minute. But it is so strong that we cannot get rid of it. We become convinced I am the body, I am the mind. So the way to disconnect is by chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. But even a better way to disconnect is actually the mercy of the spiritual master who can just detach you from that misconception. So that is what we do. We take shelter of Srila Prabhupada and we chant Hare Krishna mantra. And then that connection is gone. But if you don't do that, then the soul thinks I am the body, I am the mind. Make sense? Did I answer? Yep. Yes. Hare Krishna. Okay. Anything else? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll do Damodara Ashtakam next. Okay.
I need the words, Srinu. I don't know the words. You might have to help me. Okay. Hare Krishna. Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyolukaladavamanam Parameshtamatyantato dritagopya यशोदाभियोलुकलादवमानं परामेष्टमत्यन्ततो दृप्तगोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुनेत्रयुग्मामृजन्तं करम्बोजयुग्मेन शातङ्कनेत्रम् रुदन्तं मुहुनेत्रयुग्मामृजन्तं करम्बोजयुग्मेन शातङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकं पात्रिरेकाककन्ता स्थितग्रैव दामोदरं भक्तिबादम् मुहुश्वासकं पात्रिरेकाककन्ता स्थितग्रैव दामोदरं भक्तिबादम् इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरनन्तकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तं मख्यापयन्तम् इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरनन्तकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तं मख्यापयन्तम् तदीये सीताग्नेषु भक्तैर्तज्वात्मं पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सतावृत्तिवन्दे तदीये स्थिताग्नेषु भक्तैर्जितात्वं पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सतावृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं वृणेऽहं वरेशदपीह वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं हम वरेशदपीह इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनसा विरस्तं किमन्ये इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनसा विरस्तं किमन्ये इदं ते मुखं भोजं अत्यन्तनीले व्रतं कुण्डलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या इदं ते मुखं भोज अत्यन्तनीले व्रतं कुण्डलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुचुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तादरं मे मनसा विरस्तं मालं लक्ष्यलाभे मुहुचुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तादरं मे मनसा विरस्तं मालं लक्ष्यलाभे नमो देव दामोदरनन्त विष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलब्धिमग्नम् देव दामोदरनन्त विष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं बतानो ग्रहणेशमामश्नं ये दाक्षिरेष्य कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं बतानो ग्रहणेशमामश्नं ये दाक्षिदृश्य कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमृत्यैव यद्वा त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमृत्यैव यद्वा त्वया मोचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकं मे प्रयाच न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह भक्तिं स्वकं मे प्रयाच न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदरयात विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदरयात विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nothing. Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Praladaladaine, Praladaladaine, Hiranyakashipurvakshaha, Hiranyakashipurvakshaha, Shilatankanakalaya, Shilatankanakalaya, Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha, Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha, Yato Yamitato Narasimha, Yato Yamitato Bahir Narasimha, Hridaye Narasimha, Bahir Narasimha, Hridaye Narasimha, Narasimha Madim Charanam Prapadye, Charanam Prapadye, Tava Kara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Shringa, Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa, Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa, जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे नवकर कमलवरे नाका अद्भुत शृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय हरे कृष्ण महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्यावतं राजन् विश्वासो नैव जायते शरीरार विद्याजाल जोरेन्द्रिये ताहे काल जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तारे मध्य जीवायति लोभो माये सुदुर्मति ताके जयताय कठिन संसारे कृष्णो बडोदयो माय कोरि भार जीव जाय स्वप्रसादम दीनो भाई सया अनमृत पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेम दाखो श्री चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा प्रभु श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, everybody. Yeah, thank you, Dinabandhu Das, from all the way coming from Manchester. Can you hear me without?